Alrighty, guys. I hope you guys could see me clearly. I don't know why it shows really zoomed in. I'm probably gonna have to fix that later. Let me see if I could do some adjustments really quick. Hold on a second, guys. I don't know why my camera's looking weird. I can't. Okay. Hopefully, you guys could see me clearly now. Yeah, you guys can see me clearly. Um, all right, guys. Welcome to another episode. I believe it's episode 35 already of the stocks talk. We're gonna start talking about many things today. That's
Welcome
my
to a new
wife.
episode. Hey guys.
Hello. Let me see if you guys can. Yeah, you guys could hear me. So this is my wife.
Silly.
I want to start love.
Okay.
All right. so so this is a episode that we're gonna start right now. We're gonna talk about stocks, low price stocks, guys, and um there's so much to cover right now. We're gonna talk about crypto, as well as we're gonna talk about tips and tricks of some of the ways I look at the stocks. So let's just jump right head into it. I see here the Rumble bot says thanks for the follow, Akagumo. I think that's the way to say it. Akagumo. Appreciate it. Thank you for the follow. We're already at 119 follows. I mean, I'm shocked still that this channel has grown like very fast. So I'm very appreciative of you guys showing support. I mean, um, without you guys, I couldn't be here. So um, let's go ahead and start off. Let me take you guys to the next screen. And so I have no clue why the camera is looking all funny today. I haven't even touched it at all. I guess the program decided to put their back behind. Let's see if that works. Hopefully that works. I don't want to put too much camera because I don't want to like block the whole thing. Okay. Okay, hopefully that works on this camera. So okay, so let's go ahead and continue. So you know what you see, whatever you guys see on the left side, right, is a website that I use. Is only I mean, I used to use it a lot, especially when I was starting off. Well, not when I was starting. I mean, this came out later. um I was normally using Yahoo Finance or Google, and I used to do my own little research here and there. um Mostly was reading books, lots of books. And that was most of the books that I read was mostly dedicated on technical analysis. Here and there fundamental analysis, but not much is technical. And so if you guys want to know what uh like technical analysis books and everything that I look for, go ahead and check my Discord. I mean, you're gonna find everything that you need to find on Discord. Is in the resources section. Let me see. Why that showing weird. There's like a box behind me showing. I have no clue. Maybe it's the color. Maybe it's the color. Um, but hopefully that doesn't bother you guys. So oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Um, oh my god, I don't even know where to start. So okay, what you see on the left, guys, it's what I use right now for this is only dedicated for you guys. It's a screener. It's a free screener that you guys could use for scanning stocks, any type of stocks, pretty much. And so it's free. Now, the only downside is that it's what do you call that? It's not live. Like if the market was open a couple hours ago, you wouldn't see it. You will see it fluctuating, but it will be delayed fluctuation. Of the percentage changes and everything. Okay, but that's the only downside. If you want a live feedback from the from this web, then you're gonna have to go ahead and get their subscription, and so they have that as well. So this is not the only website. You got plenty out there. Let me silence my phone because I don't want it to. Okay, and so you know um so this is what we use. There's plenty more. Also on my Discord, I have everything like links, several links of different ways that you could find to scan stocks, crypto, all kinds of stuff. Even I have book suggestions for you guys to read. Almost literally the same amount of books that I read um, is what I got listed there. Also, on my description, guys, I have a disclaimer as well, guys, so you guys won't, you're not forced to learn anything that I'm showing you guys. You don't have to do what I'm doing. This is plainly what I do, what I've been doing for years. I'm just teaching you guys something that I would have wished somebody could teach me in almost the same way, in order for me to like catch it up really fast, and I didn't have to spend 10 plus years learning this. So this is basically showing you guys how to find stocks, how to scan them, and kind of like guide you guys on how to start, where to start, and what to write in terms of making a watch list and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and continue. So what you see on the right, guys, you see a document, right? And in this document right here, I have a criteria. Let me see if I could pull it up. Yep. So it's not the 27, it's the 28. So the first thing I like to do is like fix the time and date. So it's early today. We starting early. Hopefully whoever sees me, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. That will help me a lot on my channel. Not only I stream here on Rumble, I stream also on YouTube. I stream on Twitch. What is the other one? Kick. I also stream on Kick, and I think some of my streams are also on the Patreon website as well. And so for none of that, you don't need to subscribe nowhere. I also have a pickaxe, and you guys gonna see everything that I have on the description. So let's go ahead and continue. So it's the 28, right? It's 129, well, 119 right now, Pacific time. Most of the market runs on Eastern time because of the New York Stock Exchange is over there in New York. So this was a note that I wrote recently, right? I said focus on market cap when scanning for stocks under 300 million market value, right? And so that we're gonna use in a couple minutes once we start scanning for stocks. But I'm gonna show you guys what is this right here. This is a criteria that I use for the pre-market and market open, right? And this is percentage change, right? And this is gonna show the percentage since the market open all the way till it closed. Is intraday, okay? And so most of the time I have it set up to also show me percentage change for pre-market and after hours. So when I wake up in the morning on pre-market and I see stocks on the top percent gainers list, right? I could see stocks that are moving, way above 100% or whatever, 20%. All my analysis is gonna be on stocks dedicated over 20%. So if there's only 3 or 4 stocks over 20%, then perfect, because it gives me I don't have to study too much. Now there's days where you see 10 or 20 stocks that are over 20%, hot, the market is super hot, it's moving. So I will only dedicate on the top percent ones, the ones that have the most percentage in that list. Okay. So it's always very important to do what I'm doing, which is day trading, to focus on the top percent gainers, guys. Okay. And so um that's another thing that you guys should know, the top percent gainers. And so going down the criteria, you got market cap, right? And I'm gonna explain this a little bit more on when we start scanning stocks. Also price, right? Price, I focus on anything above $1. Now, anything under $1 on the Nasdaq, that's already a red light, because usually these companies, they receive delisting notifications, and so they're at a risk of getting delisted from the Nasdaq. And they can't control. Well, they could control that if they either do improvements with the company to attract buyers, or they just leave it alone and they get delisted, to the other markets, the smaller markets. And sometimes they even liquidate the company and they don't, they close everything. um so that could happen. So, like, yeah, I like to keep it safe. Anything over $1 is okay for me. And so also I like stocks that's started throughout the day, either above multiple weeks, or breaking out multiple weeks, multiple months, multiple years, even multiple days as well. So that's what I focus on as well. I want to know why this stock is going up, whether there's some news on the software dedicated to the stock. Did the company release some type of statement, or is the stock getting hyped up on social media? Is some other promoters or if there's some type of promoters trying to hype up the stock, or is just the general public trying to hype it up? Those are the things to check too. So also, I like to focus on supply and demand. In this case, we see on the list of float. What is the float? Which is the supply in this case. I like to focus on anything under 10 million. And so the supply is very important, because the lower the supply and the more the demand, then the price has to meet where the demand is. And so um, you know uh, buyers will usually buy on high demand. So well, the price will go up as high as it is the demand there is, there. So until there's enough supply that the company could give extra, either through promoting product, making new products, or other ways, that they could get more supply. And that right there, if the supply it's more than the demand, then they have no choice but to lower the price to attract more buyers. Okay. And so that's kind of the little bit. I mean, there's other people that will explain it eloquently, but if you don't understand supply and demand, you're in big trouble, especially for these type of stocks. Okay. And I'm gonna explain a little bit more in a couple more minutes, when I after I scan all the stocks and everything, and I start showing you guys some of the stocks. Another thing, uh this supposed to be, well, this is part of that float, the float. So another thing is the volume, which is the demand, right? So what I said about the supply and demand, especially for me, that I like to do long trading, which is I like to buying at a lower price and selling at a higher price, very short term. And so what I like to look at is having more demand than the supply. In this case, more volume than the float, and also the average. And that's where relative volume comes into play too. Um, so volume, I like to see anything over a million, because it's more easy for me to get in, get out very fast, and I don't have to worry about getting stuck on the trade. Okay, so that's kind of the little bit of information there. Also, what is the overall trend of the stock? In order to know that, you have to look at the charts. You got to understand the candlesticks and everything. And so by looking at the chart, especially the daily chart, you can see the overall trend of the stock and see whether the stock is healthy, whether the stock had a history of running, that it has splits, which kind of shows that the company is not doing good overall. They're just desperate. And there's many more things that you could look into. I mean, you could mix technical analysis with fundamental analysis. For some people it does work. So but me, I don't focus too much on the fundamental. But it will be a great asset to know as well. So I'm not discounting fundamental analysis, but in this type of trading, it's not much relevant. The fundamental analysis. You just gotta know these key things, learn them, get better at it, back test it, and you should be fine. So also I have mentioned here relative volume. But let me put this a little bit bigger to see if you guys can see clearly. Hopefully that works. Or maybe I could put it in larger caps. Over okay, so right here, guys, we have relative volume, right? Relative volume is a calculation, right? A ratio that they get calculating the current volume versus the average volume over a period of time, right? For this Finviz website is 90 days, which is like 3 months. So in those 3 months, they calculate the average versus the current volume, and they get the ratio, of that current time. Okay. So I like to focus anything over 5 ratio, and that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. And this is for the market open. Now, if we're doing the market close, we're doing almost the same. Everything's the same on criteria. The only thing that I removed here was the percentage change. Okay, because since the market is closed, there's no reason to have percentage changes. It's not moving, it's not doing anything, and so it's not gonna help us on anything analyzing the stock. Okay, next thing here, we got crypto. We're gonna check this a little bit later when we start doing crypto. And so the next thing we have here is the tips on how to find news with the stocks or crypto. Okay, and we could find it will be recommended to check Twitter, or well, they call it X. So the way you would do it is you put the dollar sign, and right next to it you put the symbol, or they call it the ticker symbol here in the stock market. Okay, and you put that right next to the dollar sign, and then you press enter, and then you get instant information of whether there was news directly from the company, or whether people are talking about it. So you see everything that you need to see. And if you wanna, like, just by doing that, you're gonna see everything all the way to the past, to the first time they start talking about the stock. Now, if you want to see more here recently, you don't want to see too much, because you don't want to be scrolling all the way. You want to see more specific dates. Then you will go ahead and use this formula, right here. Just don't forget to hit the space right after you put the tinker symbol. You press space, and then you put this whole formula. Okay, and then you put, instead of having these dates, you put the date this year, right? You put the month, which is January, and then you put the recent date, which is the 28 in this case. And then you put you put space, and then since, and then you put the year, the month again, and or you can put it any type of year, that, especially whatever you're looking for, up to the month and the date as well. And after that, you press enter, and it's supposed to give you all the information you're looking for about this stock. Rest Truth came up, it's in the channel. Appreciate it. He's in the stream. Thank you so much for showing up and showing support. Thank you. Anybody else who's watching, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. I would appreciate it very much. I want you guys to show support on Rest Truth podcast. Let me go ahead and get his link really quick so you guys could check his stuff too. Got a lot of good stuff. Give me a second, guys. Listen, I'm gonna have a link so you guys could go, and I'm gonna write it on here. I'm most likely gonna pin it. Let me go ahead and support. So here you go, and I'm gonna pin it so you guys can have check his stuff. Oh, wait a minute, did I put the right link? I did not put the right link. Did I put the right link? Hopefully, yeah, I did put the right link. There we go. Okay, I got scared right there. So anybody that come in, guys, don't forget to show support to Rest Truth Pod. Please show support over there. Follow, hit the like over there, and show support, guys. Rest Truth say appreciate you, brother. Repost it as well. That goes to my channel. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. So let's go ahead and continue. Where are we at right now? So okay, and we got the link, and everybody can see everything. Okay, good. Okay, let's go back to the list. So that's kind of the little bit of tips that I could show you on how to find news and everything for the stocks. Now the next thing that you guys want to do, right, is a formulated plan, right? If you know a little bit about stocks, right? If you have a criteria, the next thing you want to do is make a watch list, right? And making a watch list is that you put the stocks, you put the date, the time that everybody's different, but me, I like to put the date. I like to put the time that I started doing this, so I could keep notes of what I'm doing and track what I said and what I talk about the company. Because at the end of the day, if these stocks show up again in the future, I could look back into history and see, okay, well, I remember I wrote about this stock before. Let me go check. Or this also will help me for, if I'm making a plan today for tomorrow, then I already have something written down for it. I don't have to do this whole watch list the same day that I'm trading. And so that's kind of what we're doing right now. We're setting up today for tomorrow so that we don't have to worry tomorrow. We already know what we're looking for, and so yeah, right now it's 1:37. So let's go ahead and change this date to 28 and 1:37. And this is the stock that we had yesterday. We couldn't find anything yesterday for new stocks. There was a lot listed, but they didn't qualify for continuation. And so that was the sorry about that. That was the downside of the stocks, okay? So let's go ahead and check this one on the chart, right? And so this right here, if anybody doesn't know, this right here is called Trading View, right? And you could sign up for free, no issues. Now it has almost the same problem as Finviz. It has delayed charting, right? The chart is delayed. Now there's no problem with that. There's no problem with it being delayed, only when you're analyzing like stocks on when the market is closed. Now, let's say you know about trading, you know how to trade it. Now, you know a little bit, you have criterias already, you have rules in place, and now you want to use this platform for trading, right? The downside is that since it's delayed, you cannot track where the stock price is at that specific moment. So you need to have a live feedback, of the charting. And so in order to have it live, then you have to subscribe with them. And so this is not the only platform. There's so many and way better than these. In this case, I mean, for me, I use Weeble. You don't have to use Weeble. There's plenty other softwares, probably even better, you know. But I make it simple for me. I don't do too much, and I do everything very short term. I don't go too above and beyond with the softwares. Um, and so in this case, we're using TradingView, and it's for everybody so that everybody could understand these, and they could analyze in a simple platform. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to download the software, even though this one does have a software, guys. You could download it to your computer or to your phone, and you could see it however, and analyze. So you guys could do that as well. But me, in this case, I use the web, and I just search it up and just sign up and sign in, and then I'm already here. So this is what we're gonna use to do the charting, guys. And if you don't know what is this, the green and the red, right? This is all the transactions that went through on the tape of the charting of the trading platform that you use to trade, right? It doesn't matter what other softwares. All this information is coming from the tape, right? And what the tape has is the transactions that went through in that particular time of whatever stock that you're looking at. Okay, if it doesn't go through on the tape, it will not show up on the chart. Okay, and it won't show up. Also, people have here down here volume too. They have volume installed. I'm not sure why you guys can see the volume, but for some stocks, some of the people that use charting platforms, they have a volume here also that they track. And so that also, it goes along with the candles too, with these charting candles. And if it just like I said, if it doesn't show up on the tape, it's not going to show up on nowhere on this charting data platform. Okay. So this right here, the green that you see, I mean, all this is called Japanese candlesticks, and you guys could look more information about the Japanese candlesticks. Based on pattern recognition and knowing how the candles work, that's kind of how we make decisions whether if the stock price is gonna go up or it's gonna go down. And remember, everything is a theory until it's proven a fact. Okay, and so that's kind of, I don't know who said that who said that that saying, but you guys could look it up. I grabbed this. I remember I grabbed it from somebody, but I forgot who said that. everything is everything is a theory until it's proven a fact. So I don't know who I grabbed it from, but I don't know if I grabbed it from somebody. But as you can see here, all this green, right, is at this particular time, guys, the buyers were in control. Okay, on this particular time, and they moved the price all the way up. Everybody was interested in this price. And so, this right now is not a stock, it's a crypto, but I'm just showing you guys just the charting. What is the charting in these candles as well. Okay, and so all this green means that the buyers were in control, and if there was a lot of buying pressure, and it pushed the price up. There was a lot of demand. And so also, this red is when the sellers were in control. And you see some buyers in control in some spots, but there was more sellers in control, and they pushed the price down. They were trying to sell, and buyers didn't want to buy at that price, so they had to accommodate try to attract more buyers by pushing the price down. And so the lower the price, the more attracted the price got, and so at this point, that was the limit where the buyers, kind of like got interested, and they said, oh wow, this is a discount. And so it pushed the price back up, and that's why you see the move. And so based on trend lines and certain patterns, that's how we could determine whether the stock could go up, has possibility to go up, and has possibility to go down. We also do these horizontal lines, right? And we count them as resistance, right? And we also have support lines, which is the low levels here of this. If we're looking this particular day, or just in case, well, this one I just marked that one. So the support level would be the lowest level here. I mean, and there's many short-term support levels, but the strongest one is this one right here, the lowest level for the entirety of the day. And why? Because it tried to test a couple times those levels, and it failed to break below those levels. So that's why it's considered a strong support level. Okay. Some people will call these levels key levels, and key levels are usually support and resistance lines that been there at those prices for months, for years, and so those are considered key levels. We're not sure if these are key levels. I just put them there because it's just for short term. It's just a short term resistance and support levels. Okay. Some people will mark horizontal angle, like angle trend lines here, diagonal trend lines. They could do either short term, right? Short term trend lines. In this case, let me mark up this low, right? I like to mark the low, right? Oh my god, I just put the wrong one. There we go. Oh, wait a minute, it's not this one, it's the trend line. There we go. So I mark the low of the previous day with the current day, right? With the low of the current day, and I make a pretty long one because based on that is where we're gonna know where the price could possibly turn out to go. And so out of these 2 days, we can analyze and see, okay, well, right now we see some consolidation. This could be a form of resistance, because the price has some problem trying to get above and recoup its gains, and it failed. So once it hit this line right here, this uptrending support, it bounced off of it. So that means there's validity with this uptrending support. And so, I mean, if there's more points of contact, that means this support line is legit and in strong. Okay. And most likely, the more times it hits it, the more it has opportunity to bounce off of it and make huge moves, like testing these high day resistance. Okay. But I'm gonna jump more into this. Let's go ahead and check the stock that we were talking about, which is NAM. Because I don't want to talk too much about these things. Eventually, little by little, we'll get to it and talk a little bit of tips in here and tricks here. And wow, look at that, guys. Look at that. That's why we monitor. We monitor these stocks. We've been monitoring since way back here, and you had plenty of opportunity, guys. Look at this. All the way from day one, guys. Day one. You could have took advantage here, right? On this resistance line. Right when it broke out, you could have took advantage there. You could have waited for a pullback off this resistance level. That right there would have been great opportunity. You could have took another opportunity at the breakout. And at that point, the highest point right here, these highest points were the new resistance lines. And so guess what? On day 2, we had a breakout. And that breakout, you could have took advantage there, right? And let's say you missed that one. You if you this would be the other resistance line right here. No problem. You could have got here another chance right here to make money. And it was consolidating above the highs, near the high day, right? It was consolidating a whole day, and it did another great breakout here too. You know, it was not convincingly, but it did have opportunities there. You had an opportunity to get in there very short, but then it went down, right? And so right here it built a second point of contact compared using this line of support, right? And so right there we marked a entire line here, a long line of support, of trending support. And so guess what? It not only bounced once, it bounced twice, and it didn't look back. The next day it just bounced very high and test the high day. That right there could have been another opportunity. And I mean, you could have took a profit here on the break on the resistance level, on this resistance level off the pre-market. And on the next day, right, it had consolidation. It had a little bit of trouble because there was a lot of resistance here on this little area here. But guess what? No problem, guys. It consolidated throughout the whole morning, and in the afternoon before the market closed today, it just ascend. It break out these levels convincingly, strongly, guys. And it was amazing. Some people could have took profit right there. You could have took profit right there. So I mean, there was so much opportunity here, guys. So much. This was a very good week. Very good week. Let's see how much total it already has been gone up. 600%, guys, in 7 days. In a week, guys. 7 days, 612%. I don't think you guys heard me. I don't think you guys heard me. 600%, 600+% in 7 days, guys. All right. And I get so emotional because there's a lot of people that love stocks just like I do, or way more than I, and they still haven't got this. Okay. They still stuck trading other stuff that doesn't hardly move. It moves 2%, 10% max throughout the whole year. And I mean, if you have, I mean, I'm not bashing anybody that like to do like long term or anything like that. That's nothing bad. But if you're somebody like me that needs the money like right now for many things, either vacation, either to support your children's education, for anything, then this right here is what's gonna get you there. So if I mean you gotta learn this. It doesn't take 1 or 2 days to learn. It takes time. It's gonna take you a couple months to get it, you know. But if you start now and learn the terms, you could use the criteria that I have. Use it as like for educational, like, take every term that you see there that you don't understand, and your homework will be to look for definitions of it, see what it means, and see what it does. You got YouTube channels out there that, guys that dedicate themselves explaining what is what. And so but in this channel, this is what we do. We show you guys how to find these, okay, every day. And if you use what I use and know how to trade and already pack everything down, you did your due diligence, then you're gonna have good success. And so just everything is, at the end of the day, is your choice. You're the one that's pulling the trigger. And you have to be very careful. You could learn this, and you could see all my videos and just pack down my criteria. But if you don't understand the level 2, the level 3, or the level 4, which you have to use also extra on top of what you're trading. And not having experience on knowing how to buy it, what how much shares you have to buy, um, for whatever stock that you're trading. Knowing having your entry plan and exit plan, and knowing what your budget is, and knowing your long term numbers. Then that's the homework. It takes time, guys. you, this probably would excite you if you're watching this for the first time. You're like, oh my god, I want to make that type of money, um or this type of percentage. I mean, you know like, it might excite you, but it's not gonna, you know I wouldn't recommend you guys to go ahead and pull and start trading right away, um because you're gonna have bad experiences. It's gonna be very dislikeful to go through the experiences that I went through. So pack this down, do your homework, learn this every day, understand every term, and then little by little, get yourself a little budget of 200-300 bucks, or 500, whatever you can, or 1,000. And out of that 1,000, only use a little chunk of money, little bit, and start testing. Okay, I think I see here uh entry. Let me take an entry, and this is my exit plan, and let's see how much. Well, you don't want to know, like, you don't want to focus too much on what you make. Is that the plan that you made went through? It worked. If your plan worked, then if it consistently works, your strategy, then over time it's gonna make you success. It doesn't matter. Like right now at the beginning, money doesn't matter. You know, and so you have to get yourself a little budget that you're not worried about losing, and test the waters. But before you test the waters, guys, you have to learn everything here. You have to learn the terms of everything. Know what the candles are. And so that was an incredible move today, guys. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this thing uh pulls back and test these support levels and try to ascend more. you know but right here, I mean, let's see the daily, guys. On the daily, 894. Let me see what recently. So it hasn't hit that level yet. So this is the key resistance. Okay, this is key resistance. So that right there, and right now it's at what is it? What was the high of this move? Let me see. 710 was the high of this move. Let me see if I can mark it with another color so I won't get confused. 710. Well, that's the high day, so I mean it's okay. I'll have it there. I'll lock it up. So once it break out there, then it has opportunity to hit that resistance level. Now it has plenty overhead resistance here. So it's the first green day again. So it has opportunity to keep running on day 2 and in day 3 as well. But we'll see. It does definitely have to bounce off the support level, which is right now it's 567. So if it's gonna go down on pre-market, or today, because it hasn't closed entirely yet. It's 4:55 p.m. Eastern time. It closes completely at 8 o'clock. Okay. Tough 3 RMRD 3AN0. Appreciate it for showing up, guys. Thank you so much. Anybody else that's new, don't forget to hit the like, show support. I have wow, I think it hit the 2 goal likes. I normally have like I set the bar very low, so I only ask for like 2 likes. That's it. Um, uh, Tougher and Dano, you cam is in earlier. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did. I remember. I remember you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much for the support. Thank you, thank you. So this is what we do. We do stocks. Especially this is low price stocks. That I use. I scan. Very micro cap. Stocks. Tougher, Mister Dino. Okay. So I don't know if I killed your name, but sorry about that. It's late here, though. I come say hi. Hey, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it for the support. So we did hit the like goal, guys. We have 2 likes. We probably have more, but I don't see it here on the yet. I'll later on after the stream, I'll look at it. And so, um, oh nah, you're good. Oh, appreciate it, Yana. Sorry about that, man, for killing your name and everything. Didn't mean to. I always see somehow I see a box on the stream. I don't know what the hell. It keeps showing up here and there. I'm gonna have to move it because probably the color is like shadowing the camera or something. But I'll do that later on. Well, for the next stream because I don't have the time. But let's go ahead and continue with the stocks. And so right here, as you can see, I mean, that was a great opportunity. And so what I would love to see is for it to go down and test these support levels. Because right now at this point, I mean, it's a little bit too extended compared to where the VWAP is. And this red line right here, as you can see on the chart, is called a VWAP, right? It's a volume weighted average price, right? It's a calculation they make of the averages, of not only volume but also price. And out of that calculation, it kind of determines the strength of the volume, right? And so, which is the demand. The volume is literally the demand of the stock. The more the demand and less the supply, then the price has to go up and meet the demand. Okay. And if there's too much support, more than the demand, then the price has to go down and attract buyers. Okay, that's kind of how supply and demand works. And so, so that's kind of the plan that I have here. I still have it. I'll still have it on watch because it's still strong, and the volume show up as well, which is good news. It had 32 million volumes today compared to the average, which is 16 million. Float is still low. It's still a low float, and I don't think we had new news today about this one. Let me check. Sometimes you see the news, updated news here on Finviz, but most of the time, sometimes you see that it's delayed and they haven't posted it yet. But in this case, no, there's just no recent news right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep the notes, right? And we're just gonna put we're gonna put today's date and the time that we've been looking at it. So it's 2 o'clock right now. So we're 56 minutes in, guys. So bear with me. Hopefully I can finish a little early today. And today had a great breakout. Now plan is for it to pull back and test support at 567 and bounce for it to test high of day at 710. So you could either wait for a bounce entry off the 567, or wait for a breakout of 710 and try to capitalize on that. um Most of the time it some of the time it will work for you, some of the time it won't work. You just have to have a entry plan and an exit plan, and your exit plan has to be to in your exit plan, in case it goes the wrong way, you have to have a percentage of how much you're willing to lose. Okay, it has to be very low compared to how much your goal of profit taking you want to take in the market. Okay, if you see that the math is not right for you on your plan, I wouldn't recommend to trade it. You know, don't take risks that you don't understand yet. You know, if you don't understand risk and how to manage your money when you're trading, I wouldn't suggest you guys trading. Not until you pack down all this. Okay. So that's kind of how my plan is. This is how I write my my watch list, for the stocks. And I'm gonna go a little bit more into detail on how I write it from the beginning. Hopefully we could find today a stock. This was the only one that we had yesterday, and it did had a success today. Really good success, 600%, guys. Not even. There's no stock. There's no big stock out there. Like when I'm talking about big stock, I'm talking about companies that are billion-dollar worth companies that can make 600% in 7 days, guys. There's no. I've never seen one yet in the years that I've been trading. Now these smaller stocks, they do that. Now that doesn't mean, guys, also, let me reframe back. That doesn't mean that those big companies can't make that amount. They can, and they will, if they're healthy enough financially, like fundamentally, with their financials and everything. Eventually they will hit that mark, but it will take them years to do that. It will take them years. And so for that, in that sense, it's good in terms of long-term investing. If you see possibilities, good positive possibilities for those companies, then you invest on them. But me, I don't like to wait. I'm very desperate, and I'm like the guy in the and I've said this in other streams. I'm like the guy in the commercial that says, I need my money now. That's me. That's me right there. And I repeat myself. I repeated myself on a couple of streams about the same thing. And it's good. It's good that I repeat myself, because the more I repeat myself, guess what? And if you guys are watching and learning from me, you guys gonna remember and you guys gonna know what I'm talking about. The more you see and the more you keep learning, the more you're gonna remember, and the more you're gonna, if you're learning all this about the stock, you're gonna know all the terms I'm talking about. So that's the key of learning. Now you got other influencers that they're pretty good at what they do. Now they will teach you one thing now, and then they go into another different subject on the next stream, which is okay because it's something new you're learning. But almost the majority of people are not gonna they're not gonna remember the streams before in a couple weeks and a couple months later, unless that stream was very significant. So um that's why I teach everything that I teach is almost the same. You're gonna learn the same thing on and on. I'm gonna keep drilling it into your head every day until you guys really get it. And when I know that, you guys, when I'm satisfied, or when you guys are satisfied enough, then I'll go ahead and move to another subject. You know, move somewhere advanced. I'll show you guys something advanced. But in this case, I'm just showing you guys how to find stocks, and very simple for you guys to understand. So this has success, and so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move into scanning new stocks, and this is low price stocks, guys. Excuse me, guys. So hopefully you guys could see what I'm seeing here. I'm getting so annoyed with that box showing up all the time for but it's okay. We'll get through it. Eventually I'll move it out of the way. Um so um let's see. Finviz. So Finviz right here, this is what we use to scan the stocks. And so the first thing you want to do, if you don't see none of this, you want to hit the title, okay, and get back to the main menu, okay. And in case you don't know the time of the stock market, you can see here the date is Eastern time, okay. Right now it's 5:06. So the market is still, it is closed, like in terms of like activity, like huge activity in the stocks, but it's still moving all the way to 8 o'clock. Okay, so it's, you can still see some type of fluctuation, but not much. There's not a lot of trading happen after 4. So the first thing we want to do is go to screener. That's the first thing we want to do, and then you have about 544 pages worth of stocks here. Okay, you got 544 pages of stocks. This is a lot of information here, you know. Me, I like to dumb it down, get less stocks to see, and the only way you could do that is through filtering the stocks here, having filters, okay. And so this is a little bit too less of information here. I want to see everything to have at least a choice on what I want to see. And you press here all, and now you have a lot of choices here on what you want to see from this from what you want to filter of the stocks. So just like I said in my criteria, right, we have market cap. Market cap, me, I dedicate on micro cap, which is under 300 million here. Next thing I want to see is price, and price has to be from $1 to 20. And the good thing about this web, it does give you the option to put $1 to 20. And also, any of these terms right here, just by you hovering your mouse to the word, it will give you the definition, right? And so just for an example, market cap, right, it says here total market value of the company, outstanding shares, right? And so that means that, you know, this means that the company's total value, right, the total value of the company, uh it's considered a market capitalization. That's the pretty much the definition of it, you know, that is the total company value, okay. And so me, I like companies that are very small value because they have more opportunities to double their value over time, okay, over a period of time, you know. Especially these type of market caps, they're known for very volatile activity, okay. And so I like to do anything above $1. I think I explained why I pick one over $1 and no more than 20. I think I already covered that. Now that the next thing I want to do is hover my mouse to the third column right here, right? And I want to see here the relative volume. Now the relative volume, just like I said before, is the ratio. It says here the ratio of current volume compared to 3 months average of volume. That's what they kind of forgot to add here. And it's adjusted intraday. So me, I like to pick 5 ratio, and then I move the mouse to the next column, which is industry. And so I go to stocks only, right? I also like to, on performance, I only want to see stocks that are moving, that are actively moving towards the upside, okay. Right here it says today up, so that's what I'm gonna put. Next thing is the volume, which is the demand of the stock, right? I want to see anything, just like my criteria says, anything above 1 million, right? Very easy to get in and very easy to get out, you know. And so the next thing I want to do, which is the last thing, is the float right here, which is the supply of the stock, right? And it says here for the float, the definition, it says the number of shares available for public trading does not include shares held by insiders, right? Because the shares that is held by the insiders could be they're private, right? Shareholders have shares; those are private. Nobody in public could trade the shares that they bought, right? Now you have other type of shares that they're more private, which is the employees that are working for that company, or the CEO also owns shares of the company, right? Those are privately held shares, okay? Now, anything that the company releases to the market, that's already the float because it is coming from the outstanding shares of that stock, okay? And that's what's called a float. That right there is the supply of the stock, okay? Anything under 10 million will be my preference, right? And so if you look down, now you don't see 544 pages of stock, right? Now you see one page. And now you see out of my criteria, you see only eight stocks. Sometimes you see 13, sometimes you see 20. Everything depends, how hot the market is at that current time. Okay, right now it's Wednesday, and so it's midweek, and so people are still trading. Now, before I get into the stocks, guys, I want to remove all this information here because all this is irrelevant for what I'm looking for. Okay, Red Sixer fan AI music is here with the W. Way appreciate it for coming by and showing support. Also, show support. I'm gonna put the link also for. Let me give you guys a link for Tough Mr. Diano, and I'm gonna give you guys a link of Red Sixers fan AI's music. They're also content creators too, so I'm gonna give you guys. Let me go ahead and write that thing down really quick, so you guys could show support to both of them. Let me do that really quick. You're welcome. No problem. It's all love and support. This is what the community does. Help each other out. Sixer fan music. Okay, and that's supposed to be the link. And so I'm gonna send it out right there. You guys go ahead and show support to my guy there, Red Sixer fan AI music. You guys could check get in there and show support, hit the like, share, and whenever he goes live and everything, just show support. Also, let me go ahead and do tough this one too. It's just tough R3RMR Diano. Let me go ahead and add information there too. Bear with me for a second. I'm posting my guys links so you guys could show support over there as well. So that right there are the links. You guys could show support, hit the follow, the like, and everything. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. Let's go ahead and continue. Don't also I don't know if I mentioned it in the stream on my description, guys. I have many webs there, Twitch, YouTube, all that. I mean, I do content as well there. Well, most of my stuff that I do here on Rumble, it goes straight to to the other platforms. Okay. Let's see. Hold on a second, guys. Tough 3 RM Ano new streamer. I think he is. I was looking at his stuff today. At let me check really quick. So he has 12 followers. I think he is a new streamer. Yeah, because he doesn't have a lot of following, but he posted a little bit here. I mean, his account is well, his first stream was 3 months ago, so he is a new streamer. Just if you can show support over there and follow and stuff like that, I know for sure he would appreciate it very much. Um, let's help him get to 100, because after 100, then he could apply for the creators uh program. Once he hits the 100, he could apply for the creators program, and that right there, you could get some profit. You can start getting some money streaming. So appreciate it. Let's go ahead and continue. Let me check. So I got that on. I got this on. Okay. So we now, just like I said, oh, Red Sixer fans say, oh, I see. Followed you on those other sites. Oh, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for the support. The only one that I don't have running is TikTok. And some of it of what do you call it? The Patreon. I haven't been that active. Now TikTok, I've been having problems doing the live streaming, and it's because I think I have to have like 1,000 followers in order to stream. So I'm having issues with that. So I'm gonna have to like post like little short videos and stuff like that, and so that's gonna take some editing and everything. And so hopefully I could do that eventually, pretty soon. But I appreciate you showing support and everything. And in case you want to know a little bit more of other links that you could use for not only crypto or stocks, on my Discord I have a section there that is called resources, and you could get, I mean, anything there, or even books. Let's say you love reading books, and you want to learn only through the books. I also have a book suggestion there, a session there on Discord. You don't have to join my channel, but you could get in there and grab what you need, and that will be okay for me. As long as you learn uh, anything that will help you in your journey, then that will be great. So let's go ahead and continue. So I got 8 here, right? And so just like I said, I like to remove all this type of information. And so in order to do that, guys, you need to hit the custom, right? This custom tab right here, you hit it, and now you're gonna see this other section here where you could unclick, right? And it's gonna remove whatever you're looking for, you're trying to remove off of this list. And so me, I like to remove the numbers, right? The company names, the sector, the industry, the country that the stock is being held, the market cap, and the P ratio, right? And also the percentage change. Now, I move the market cap, I take it off right after I do I check it on the, what do you call that? I sort it out. Once I do my sorting, then I remove it. And so right here you have 3 right here, but the ones we have to add is the relative value, and we also have to add shares flow. I mean, you don't have to, but to do what I'm doing, you would want to know exactly what you want to look for. Next thing I want to do is sort the volume, right? And I like to do from high to low, right? Let's check high to low. And now as you can see, I mean, the majority are running compared to what these little ones here. This one is at $13 and it went to 20. Wow. I'm gonna see all of these right now. I'm gonna go through them, every single one of them. But let's go ahead and this is the way you scan for stocks, and you don't have a lot, and while you start on your journey, guys, you only need one or two. Most likely the first four of them are good to like analyze. You don't have to analyze all of them, but the first four are like the most active ones trading. This is what everybody's looking at. Okay, today this first stock, it traded 391 million shares, guys. That's 2,944 relative value. Incredible, incredible, guys. And it's a low float as well. So very interesting to see how this thing played out today. So TRX, let's go ahead and check that right now. TRX, is it that one? TIRX. So let's check it out and look at that, guys. Look what amazing stock. This is why I love stocks, guys, because there's so much opportunity. So much opportunity. This thing went up 265% today. This whole entire day. Now you won't take advantage of all of it. I mean, you won't be able to see it won't hit your scan until it's up for the day, the percentage that you're looking for. In my case is 20%. So I would have seen this thing in my scanner, like it opened at this point. I would start seeing it right here, right there, the first candle of the morning. Right, let's say I woke up 4 in the morning, somewhere around 4 in the morning. I would have seen it. It would have appeared. It would have been the first thing that appeared in my scanner. That candle alone went 71%. Right now, I wouldn't trade it. That candle alone. I like breakouts, and so I would want to see a confirmation pullback. And the confirmation pullback for me would be two candles, to get two red candles together or more, right, going down. And so this right here wouldn't qualify. I would have taken a little small loss, um because I would have marked the resistance line right at above that area after I saw this confirmation pullback, and I would mark this line right here as well as the high day pre-market. I would have to wait a little bit. you know this right here, I wouldn't benefit out of the breakout, or I could have benefit if it went to the upside once I got in over here. You had a confirmation breakout right here, and I could have got in here, and if it went up, then I got I would have took profit there, a little small profit. But let's say you took two losses in the morning, no problem, guys. That could count as a confirmation pullback right there, really small, and I would have put the breakout level here, and in the afternoon that would have been the profit for my type of strategy, which is a breakout, right? It went up to all the way to 26%. That would have recouped all my losses here, whatever opportunities that I had, all my losses and more. Okay, so you could have played that. You could have played on the breakout, right? Or you could have played on the bounce off the resistance line, this morning resistance line. So it broke out, and if you would have waited for the bounce, which was a pullback bounce off the resistance line, you could have entered right here at this level right here, this next candle here, or the next one. It went 7%, and it went as high as yes, you can see here, it went as 50% on that move right there. Some people would have tolerated all this, me, I'm more how you call it, careful with my moves. So I would have took a little small profit there, and me, I would love to see candles that are shadowing the red candles here, the first one. or two candles at least, and then I will enter somewhere around here, you know. So in this case, you see all these three hovered, all these two. So my entry would have been somewhere around here on this one or on this one right here. So, you know, it was pretty good profit anyways, 44%, you know, so that right there could have been a good move. A little bit difficult to trade on this afternoon. Well, on the morning and a little bit of afternoon, but after that it had a great breakout afterwards. And so as you can see, I mean, you could have marked here, you could have done a little small a trend line right here of yesterday's lows, which is this point, versus today's lows, which is this point right here, this green spot. And you could have marked a line right here. And this would have been your guide to catch bounces, guys. This is what I use sometimes to catch bounces. Okay. I not only look at the breakout bounce, I also look at the uptrending support bounce. So if it looks like if it break out and it looks like it's coming down, like it's pulling back, and I also have the uptrending support. If it does bounce here, at least it has one green candle or one or two green candles closing. I'm already in and taking advantage. You know, I can either take profit right here around the middle before the resistance line, or I could take profit at the resistance line. But I don't take those chances. You know, so I would have took profit almost near over here around a dollar eight somewhere. But now there's one reality here that I just noticed, guys, that yes, it would hit my scanner, but I wouldn't trade this move, guys. I just noticed right now. You know why? Because this price is below $1, and I don't trade stocks below $1. I will only wait for it to hit the after the $1. So if I would have seen this in my scanner, and if it would have went above $1, then I would have waited for this pullback anyways. So I would have still got some profit here no matter what, you know. So that this whole move for me, it would have been irrelevant for me at this moment because it's below $1. Okay. But some of you guys trade below $1, and so you guys could have profited off of these bounces here and some of the breakout moves here. Also, I noticed here that, you know, price is above VWAP. It's been above VWAP, so that's good to know. And so right now, I mean, it did close strong. However, it had a big drop, after hours, guys. And so right now it's hovering a little bit above VWAP, and this support line is a little bit strong. I mean, and as you can see here, you know, um, it bounced off this support level, and right now it looks like it's bouncing off of it again. So this stock is having trouble trying to break down these levels, but I don't know if I would trade it. I would keep it on watch because it's already broken this uptrending support level, which is not good. It's not good news. That doesn't mean that this thing could turn around and break out once more and test these highs. It could happen. It could do anything. But you have to analyze level 2, level 3, and level 4, guys, to understand where the sellers are, where the buyers are. And so that's another thing you guys have to have. Not sure if I would trade it, put this on the list. It did had a great opportunity today. Let's see. 393 million volume, way more than the average. And the float is very low too, 7 million. We want to know also why this thing went up today. So right here, 10 hours ago, it says Swift Starch confirms strategic investment intent beginning with 80 million. So they're trying to make an investment, you know. Um, so that company's trying to make an investment on the TRX, starting at 80 million. So that's good. An investor trying to invest in this company, you know. So that's not bad, not bad. And they had 2 days ago, it had another news. It said Tian Ryu, I think it's like a Chinese company or something. It said holding announces receipt of Nasdaq delisting notification. So this is what I was talking about. Did it had a delisting notification because it's below the $1, guys. That's not good news. That's not good news. And so, that freaks out investors too. But sometimes, these companies, they have strategies to up their price, and one thing is to doing a split, or having an investor invest in the company to try to raise the price, through through holding the shares, you know. So that's one way, and that's the move. That was the news right there, guys. I didn't have to uh check it out on Finviz. It show up on this platform. So this platform is not uh you know it's not as active in terms of showing you guys new news, but sometimes it does shows the recent news here. But I would recommend to have other platforms to verify that if there's news or not, recent news. So that's one way. And let's go ahead and check the other stock, which is FEED. FEED. We're not gonna add a TIRX because it's not doing what we're looking for, which is bouncing off that uptrending support level. See, this is another great move, guys. Another great move. The low against the high. It had 159%, guys. And the price at what it was pretty good. We would have watched this thing run. So this morning it went up to 37%. That would have hit our scanner. Now the volume was a little bit too low at that point. Now we would have started looking at this, analyzing it at this point right here. Resixer Fan AI say sorry, been busy in my kitchen. I've streamed a bit on here. Elsewhere I've been doing it 3 years. Okay, cool. So that right there, I would have analyzed a little bit, and so I would have put a high resistance right here at this point. Wait a minute, did I erase that? No, right there, perfect. And so this is for the breakout. It had a confirmation breakout. Now it had a little bit too extended. It was a little bit too extended, so I would have had a hard time trying to, get in this price here. If I would have took the loss, then I would have waited for another confirmation pullback, which is, right here at the bounce, you would have took advantage because it's bouncing off this resistance line, guys. All right, and so you could have took advantage right here on this candle, and I mean it did a 55% move here. Me, I would have been more conservative. I would have took profit near the highs or around this area of 13% to 18 percentage. I would have took profit. That right there would have made my day. You only need to trade 1 or 2 times, guys. Like on day trading. Now, if you want to take this as a career, guys, and you want to trade throughout the whole entirety of the market hours, then that's up to you guys. Now, that's a little bit too stressful for me to be watching stocks all day for the rest of the day. Some people make a huge amount of money doing that, but it's a little bit too stressful for me to look, try to analyze every couple minutes and then make make a plan, write it down on my watch list, and then do me, I keep it very simple. I wake up early in the morning, get myself a, if I have to get, something warm to eat or whatever, or get myself prepared, then Then what I do is I scan the stocks, and then I go ahead and I write a watch list off of my criteria. And then I make my plan. My exit plan is going to be at this price. My exit plan is going to be at this price. And let's say if the stock goes against me, this is my percentage that I'm willing to lose on this stock. And that right there's my plan, you know. And so Red Sixer fan Maya Music say we got we got to get you more involved on Rumble. Awesome, awesome. Yeah. We're here to help. This is what the community does. We help each other out. And yeah, I have a lot of guys that they do, they have a lot more followers than I do, and so I could get your name out there a little bit more to get your Rumble following more to help you out. So let's go ahead and continue. Um so this move right here, it was pretty good. I would have took advantage of this. But let's say you would have missed this. If you would have missed it, no problem. Look, there's another resistance line here because you have the confirmation pullback. And right here, you could have took advantage. I mean, if you were a little bit tolerant to wait, you had a little bit patience to wait, you could have took advantage there of that move right there. It's 19%. And let's say you missed this point. If you wanted to get the bounce, you have another bounce here, guys. I mean, there's plenty more opportunities here. Look, another opportunity there. 19, and it went up all the way to 30% on that move. But you have to understand how candles work, you know. And so, I mean, you had three opportunities there: one, two, three on the bounce, and over here was a breakout. Um, and that was pretty much it for this one. Three, and it closed strong too, and it's hovering off the VWAP. So this one is gonna be put on my list. FEED, right? And the first thing I want to write here, I want to check the price, right? The price has to be between 1 and 20. Right now it's at a low, it's around $2. Really good price. So I put here good price, right? Next thing I want to check is the demand. Did it have good demand today? Throughout the whole entire day, it had 272 million volume compared to the average is way high demand. And the float was a low float as well. So in all aspects, it was pretty good. So I put good volume, and the float, which be the next thing, I'll put low float, right? And we want to check the why this thing went up, right? And we check the news either on this platform, on Finviz, or whatever that works for you. There's so many platforms out there that show news for the stocks. Um, so right here, we see some fluff news. 8 hours ago, it says Envu Medical Science Strategic Partnership Agreement with You Deliver for U.S. distribution of over-the-counter reusable. So this is a partnership news. So very good. B Money say, "What's up, bro? Broseph." Hey, appreciate it for coming by and showing support. Thank you so much. I saw the interview. I didn't saw it completely. I kind of went asleep on it, but I just saw the interview that you had, the two interviews. What you had, well, that main interview. I forgot the name of the channel. Let me see who was the guy that you went in interview with. Oh my god, checking here on the list really quick. Um, I have so many to check here. Oh my goodness, I forgot. I forgot the name of the guy. Oh, Business Party Podcast. That's what it's called, the Business Party Podcast. And so you had an interview there, really good. I'm gonna complete. I'm gonna finish watching that interview today, and also you were with Jenny and the what is it? What is the the channel? The Oh my god, I don't want to mess the name up. Um, I forgot the name of it, but you had pretty good talk points there. With that channel too. So it was pretty good. I like it. Um, Thank you for coming and showing support. I appreciate it. So, oh, Davy Business Party Podcast. Yes, yes, yes. So that was pretty good. I was excited about that one. Um, Very good points. Interesting interview. So let's go ahead and continue, right? So this is the kind of moves, right, for the low price stocks, guys. Very basic analysis I like to do. Gina and Sean at Railify. Yep, that's the channel, guys. Go ahead and show support. Not only B Money, but B Money is also a great content creator. He shows stocks, normally fundamental analysis on stocks. He does crypto. I mean, he shows NFTs. I mean, they do prayer as well. I mean, if you're a Christian as well, I mean, that's really good. I love that. I mean, there's a little bit of everything, guys, on his channel. Go ahead and show support over there. Also, you have other content creators like Davey on Party Podcast. He has also good content as well. Go ahead and show support over there. And third, Ralify with Gina. Gina also have I think it's her channel is just Gina, I think it is, and she also have some good content as well. There's a lot of content creators out there with good stuff. So don't forget to show love over there. Hit the like, the share, and the follow. Okay. So I appreciate you guys continuing to support my channel, and let's go ahead and continue. So as you can see, I keep it very simple, guys. If I wake up at pre-market, the first thing I want to do is I want to scan, the top percent gainers of the day, right? And I focus on stocks that are above 20%, right? Percentage change, right? And so once I do that, then I focus on supply and demand, right? I want to see that the volume is above the average and the float, right? Multiple times, that it had rotated the float a bunch of times, and also that it had a relative volume, which is the ratio, has a high ratio from using the current volume and the average over a period of time. So I want to see very high relative volume, and I want to see that the float has been rotated. Okay. Next thing I want to do is I want to check also that the stock has some type of news, because I want to know why the stock is moving, and so in this case, MV, View Medical sign a strategic partnership, right, agreement, which is a contract news, in other words. Okay, it's a contract news, and so that's pretty good news for very short term. Now, this stock overall might not be great. It might have a lot of losses, as you can see here. I mean, it had a ton of stock splits, which is not good. I mean, when they normally do stock splits, is because either they're about to get delisted, and so they need to attract buyers as well, at a lower price. Now, stock splits, I mean, big companies also do stock splits to attract more buyers into their stock. But they don't do it as often as these small little ones, because they're trying to survive, and so overall this stock is terrible. It probably has very bad earnings, and their mission might be great, but you know um I don't like, on the long term. I wouldn't recommend it. This is only for short term. Okay. So I like to look at time frames. I like to look at, in this case, I like to look at the 5-minute time frame. Most traders trade at 1 minute, at the 1 minute time frame. So, people, there's a lot of, a great majority of them that do less than this, 1 minute, or I mean, there's even people that do seconds, 10 seconds, 20-second time frames, 30 seconds, but you have to be very fast, and if you make a mistake, you're screwed. You have to, like, take your loss and just as quick as possible, and that's it, and just restart again. Me, I like to give the chart time. I like to wait for the price to show me, you know, a pattern, either through a pattern or show me where the sellers are located through either level 2, level 3, and level 4, guys. And to know where how to acquire level 2, the software. Sometimes the programs that you trade, they sell the software of level 2, right? Or you can also get it from another software, but you have to buy it. Normally you have to have a subscription with whoever has the level 2 for that, for any stocks that you're trying to, well, for the software that you're trying to trade. uh Level 3 is very important too, because with level 3 you can see where the sellers have their orders pending. And so if there's so many sellers with the pending orders at a certain price, now you can see the block of sellers there trying to hold the price down. Okay. Same thing with the buyers as well. You can see at a lower price, right? You can see a block of buyers, right, with pending orders at a certain price that they feel comfortable buying. And so you could say, you could see where the resistance and the support levels are. And so you could do your resistance support levels off of that, or you could do it physically through the chart. And so right now I'm just, you guys probably hear like gibberish of me talking, but eventually, as you learn technical analysis and all the terms that you need to learn, eventually you're going to understand what I'm talking about. But in this case, this stock right here, as we could see, had news, which is one of the things that we were looking for. And so when we do our watch list, right, um especially me, I like to, check the price. Yeah, had a good price, had good volume, was a low flow. And now that we checked the news, had good news, right? Good news. Good news. Partnership, if you want to add the partnership, great. If not, it's okay, as long as it had news. That's the most important thing. Partnership, right? And so I add that. The next thing I want to check is the daily chart, which we already did. We already checked the daily chart. Not great. Daily had a couple splits. Now, you know, it doesn't show me a lot of times where it ran. It has very short term moments here. This is not considered, this is one good move. You can see the volume here. Rarely this ran a couple days. That could be considered had history of running. This one too, this day too. Now I don't know how much volume it did had. It probably did had a really small volume. Let's see. Uh, let's see. 161 volume. No, that's not the type of volume we're looking for. So it doesn't have a lot of history of running, guys. So only today it had a 272 million volume. So very rare for this stock. So we're gonna put here not much history of running. Hey baby. So we have not much history of running, guys, and so that's what we write on the watch list. Now the next thing uh, we do is formulate a plan, right? And so the way I will formulate a plan is that, first of all, I want to mark my resistance levels first for the high day, right? This is considered the high day out of the whole entire day, the highest point that the price has been, and that will be a resistance level. Okay. Then we already mark our support levels here, so that's our support levels. And so that's pretty much it. Now we've seen here that it closed pretty strong. It's near above the highs. However, in the after hours, it did test the support level and successfully bounce off of it. So now we're gonna see, we could see another bounce, and if it bounces off of it, we could probably see a test a high day. somewhere around these areas here. Okay, so we're gonna have it on list, and that's what we have it here on list. And so plan would be for it to bounce off support at 199. Okay, and test high of day at 3.05, right? And so the plan will be, right, for that to happen. However, sometimes it does happen, sometimes it doesn't. Now, in order for this to happen, we would want to see tomorrow volume. It might not be the same amount of volume as today, but it could be, as long as it above the average, way above the average and the float, then that's kind of what gives it the continuation, you know. So needs to have demand volume. Okay, and so that's kind of the extra that we will add, and that this is right there. This is simple, simple writing. You don't have to write a whole paragraph. And the reason why you see a little bit too much writing here is because we've been tracking this one for a couple of days, and it's been successful. All those days has been successful. So this is the new one that we put in today, and so we're gonna go ahead and continue on looking at more of these. But had a good run today, you know. That whole entire move, I mean, 162%, guys. That's the power of these stocks, guys. And if you learn it, everything about candlesticks and you know patterns, supply and demand, like I've said before, the importance of news. I mean, there's many things behind that. I mean, as long as you learn all those things and back test everything that you learn from not only me but from other traders out there, then little by little you get to it. But over here, I mean, I can see 2 points of contact here on a downtrending resistance. You can add that as well as a point. This is a guide. You don't make decisions off of these lines right here, not even the resistance and the support. You pay attention more on what the candles are telling you, pretty much. That's what the data is telling you, and based on the volume and what the float is telling you, that's when you build interest off of that. So Red Sixer fan is bobbing head. You like the music? I'm trying to change the music eventually. I have to do another playlist because I already played this same playlist a couple days already. I'm already getting bored with the same music. But I'm gonna add new music eventually. Um, so I would love for it to break out these resistance downtrending lines here, and try to test these highs. So it could happen around this range. But if tomorrow it decides to break down, then this one is gonna be removed off the list because it's already given back half of its gains, and so that's not good to see if that happens. But right now it's at a high, so uh, Red Sixer fan AI music say, I make music available to streamers. Ooh, I might have to see more of your stuff, man. I definitely have to see. Um, I'm definitely gonna have to see today because I have trouble posting having music set up for the stream because I think my first week or 2 weeks in a row, I was getting dinged on YouTube because of music. And I'm like, oh my god, like what do you want me to do then? Do you want me to make the music from scratch? so so I had to find these songs playlists that well, these songs come from YouTube. And so what I did is I grabbed Audacity and I put all these tracks into a one MP3 file, and now I put it here, and now it could like you guys could hear it. But it took me a little bit to figure it out, not since I'm not an experience on this area. But thank God I know that you do this now, so I could go ahead and use some of your stuff, Well, with your permission, not because I'm gonna steal it, with your permission. So let's go ahead and continue. All you have to do is put this link in the description so I can get credit. Then you have my permission to play the music. Awesome. Okay, awesome, awesome. Yeah, for sure. Bright Gaming say hunk hunk from Canada. Oh, Canada! Everybody from Canada, appreciate it for showing up and showing support. Thank you. Salutes to you guys. Bright Gaming, hey, I sent you 2 pictures on Discord. Cool. Okay, they're talking over there. So let's go ahead and get back to the stock. So that was my plan, guys. Feed. That's the next one that we're gonna watch as well. So at least we got one there, and now let's check another one. mRNO is the next one. mRNO. Okay. So unfortunately, I mean, it had a good move here, a breakout. Uh, I mean, we had marked this yesterday actually, but we didn't see this move on the after hours, guys. We only saw this move here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why we didn't mark it for the next day. mRNO. That's weird. I don't know why it didn't qualify, but this would have qualified for our breakout. As you can see right here, the lines that I put here, I mean, you would have gotten here after the confirmation breakout. You would have gotten here, this candle only did 99%. So you could have got in there. And okay, let's say you missed that, it was too early and you got up around, you know, uh 7 o'clock, I think it is over there, Eastern. Over here is showing 5:30, but this is Pacific time, right? Um, is it? No, it's not. This is it's Eastern time. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So let's say you woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's okay. You would have put a resistant. Well, you would have waited for a bounce off the support level, and no problem. You could have got in there very very easy on this candle. Any of these candles right here that hovered over this red candle, and it went up to, once you could have got out of there halfway off the highs, taking 9%, or you would have waited for it to be near these highs at 20%. So that right there you would have had a good win. So you would have had 2 wins here: breakout and a bounce off the previous resistance, which became support after the price broke above it. Okay. um you know those were the 2 moves right there for today. However, it tried to test the higher day again, and it failed. you know that's another resistance level there. And after that, it just kept going down. It just gave up. It gave back all of its gains, guys. So that was unfortunate. So this one is not gonna be on the list, guys. I would have loved for it to hover above the VWAP, right, and be closing strong near the highs. That would have been the better, what I would have wanted. But in this case, it failed. So mRNO is not in the list. Unfortunate to not know. I didn't add this one on the list. I don't know why that happened. I did mark it, but something happened that I disqualified. Something happened. I'm a little bit disappointed about that one. But another one is LSLGB, right? I think we did check this one a couple days ago or yesterday. It could have been SLGB, I think it is. Let me see if I got the right one. Yep, SLGB. SLGB. Yes. And so today had a pretty good move. Did I move something here? I think I did move. Okay. SLGB. Okay. So we got this. Now my strategy wouldn't work here because I like to see a confirmation pullback. But some of you guys would have waited for a breakout off of these levels here. Me, I don't take that though. Those chances like that, and it's already the back end of the move as well. But it did had a great run. You know, it had a good run. It tried to test the highs again here on this point. I'm very impressed on how this thing turned around. You know, this is a 2 point contact. That was a 2 point contact right there. Right? If I would have marked Bright Gaming say I've added your link to my video in description. Oh, okay. That's for Red Sixers fan. So this is how we would have played it, guys. Right? If I would have added a 2 point contact downtrending resistance, I would have waited for a breakout off of these resistance levels, and I would have got in at this other candle right here, at this candle right here. And this only candle did 19%. Only one candle, it went up all the way to 47%, guys. So I mean, those are the kind of opportunities you could take, you know. Unfortunately, I was not tracking this one. I should have tracked it, but you know, this right here it scared me off the game. This drop right there scared me off the game. That's why I took it off the list. But if you're the kind of person that like to track over multiple days stocks that have opportunity to, you know, then you know, based on the news as well, it has opportunity to run as well. December 19 was the last one, I think it was. Let me see. We had some news over here on Finviz. So the last news that it had, I don't know if this was already a fluff news. The recent one was on January 6th. It says Smart Logistic Global Limited establishes Northern Supply Chain Center in Sunghu. I think that's in China or somewhere around Asia. So it did open a company over there. It started off a supply company over there. So that's pretty significant. That means they're moving. They're growing the company. Boricua 24. I'm dividend guy. I'm a dividends guy. Do you do any income growth based investing? Um, like I love him. I do love in dividends. I do not talk about it here. But I do believe in dividend long term investing on dividends. Uh, you know, that's what Warren Buffett does. He invests in dividends and he uses dividends to buy companies. So you know, that's a great strategy. Do you have any income growth based investing? No, no. For me, the only thing I have right now is a money market account, and I have my some of my money there on that money market account. Um, but other than that, I don't have no. You know, I had a retirement account at one time, based on of insurance, life insurance, which is very important to have. But I took it off because you know, um, I'm doing okay right now. I'm not. I'm. You know, I don't need it. My kids don't need it right now. So um, so the next thing I want to check on the stocks is the news, right? Why this thing went up, and as you can see, it had a recent news here. Not too recent, but it came out this month. You know, they opened that company, and that's why you see that reaction there. You know, that was a good move. but it didn't hold up highs above the VWAP line, guys. So that's kind of the thing that it spooks me off. I don't want to keep tracking. You know, I put a resistance line there, and so that right there, it makes this main resistance line a lot stronger. You know, and so on the daily chart, overall, I mean, it's a recent IPO. As you can see, it opened in October last year. So it's a recent IPO and it looks like it's turning around. So who knows, guys? Maybe this thing might be something that's gonna, it's gonna impact the market. I don't know the fundamentals of it, but all I can see is that is, you know, it was okay. It was a downtrending. It was downtrending at one point, but right now it looks like it's turning around. If it gets above these levels, $6 levels, guys, um, who knows what this company could do with that type of money, guys? Because at that point, the value of that company, which is which is 111 million, it's gonna be way more than almost. It's gonna be as close as 1 billion, around up those levels there. So, you know, it will be interesting to know what it's gonna do. I mean, not 1 billion, probably half a billion dollars, probably around this point, because I can see now the price that it ended here. Um, but yeah, its value is gonna grow very very fast. At this point, on these areas over here. So who knows? Long term, it might work for this one. So sometimes low price stocks, they transcend right into a much uh mid cap values, right, and they become good investing opportunities for long term, but they rarely show up, guys. These stocks rarely show up. Most of them are very very bad financially. So I wouldn't, like me, I wouldn't uh do these type of stocks on long term. Okay, they're very risky, but they do have opportunities, and if you know how to capitalize on these and know how to use strategize and have rules to trade them, then you can have success in this thing. But as you can see, it broke off these downtrending resistance levels, and now it's up to right now it did tested the support levels again. Just because, just like I said, guys, once a resistance line get broken, the resistance line becomes a support level, right? And so as you can see, it went up, and once it went down, it tried to test the same downtrending resistance level that became support, and right now it having difficulty trying to get below it. So I wouldn't be shocked if it tries to test these resistance levels again. Okay, but I won't have it on my list. This is not my type of strategy. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. AIMD. AIMD. MD. I appreciate Bright Gaming. I appreciate you asking questions and everything. Um, that's kind of what I would want from for any viewer out there. Any questions that you guys have or any doubts, just ask questions anywhere. Not only in the chat, also ask questions on the comments section. I mean, I have multiple panels out there that you could you know find me. I even have my email too. So we could also, like, I don't mind, what do you call that, collaborating, and trying to learn from each other. If you know some, if I if like, right, like Bright Gaming right now, he knows about dividends. So I'm not an expert in dividends. I do know what's dividends, and I know a little bit here and there, but I'm not an expert in that area. So if one day he decides to want to collaborate with me and learn something from me, then I'll do my best to show him what I know. But if also vice versa, as well. If I want to learn from him, then we could do it as well. So this is an open community, guys. Like you guys, whatever you guys need, I'm here. And so let's go ahead and continue. So this stock only had one move, and I wouldn't capitalize on this one because it just downtrended below it ran below the VWAP line all morning, all day. And right now it's a little bit too extended towards the VWAP. So it had a good volume, way above the average, which is 1 million. The average had 1 million, and the shares float is low float, but it didn't capitalize today. I mean, it had that move, that pretty good move there. How much percentage it went? Let me see. 57% on that one candle. That's excellent, but for my strategy, I wouldn't, it would have show up on my, let me see if it would have show up on my, it did 348 volume. No, 348,000 of volume on that alone candle. It wouldn't show up on my scanners, guys. I wouldn't see it in my scanners. Too low volume, you know. And so, unfortunately, this one didn't do what I would want it for it to do. Now the news. Let's see if it did have some type of news, guys. Let's see. Um, January 20 was the recent news that it had anus to participate in fireside chat with Waters Howard Research. Okay, so they I think this is somewhat of a conference or some type of company that they were gonna go and talk about their company. So that's pretty good news because the company is trying to they're trying to get money for their to invest in their company. They want to try to they're trying to get investors, right, to try to invest in their company, and so they got to talk about either their financials, their products, right, their services, to attract more investors in their company. And so that's why they have to do these type of events and stuff like that. They're a very small company, and so they need to grow, and in order to grow you have to put yourself out there. So that's what the company is doing, so that's not bad news. But it on the charts, it's not showing me anything that I will be interested in. you know so let's go to the next one. AZI. AZI had a really red. It had a couple multiple red days. Not sure if I'm gonna be interested in this one. AZI. Let's check it anyways. AZI. And so AZI. Let's see. 62,000. It not even hit a million at this point. I mean, at this point right here, if I would have seen it somewhere over here, then most likely over here I would have took a little profit. It went up to 12% on that candle, so that would have been my profit taking right there. After this confirmation breakout, off of these levels, but it also had another resistance level here. So unfortunate. I wouldn't have liked this trend. And it didn't even base off of these resistance levels. It just caved off most of the day and just lost any type of momentum at all. Had 28 million volume throughout the whole day compared to the average, which is 10 million, and the flow was 1 million, which was low float. So the news was 10 hours ago. It says announces to plan invest up to $30 million in share purchase at USD at $5 per share, reaffirming confidence in future growth. So they're investing in their own company. I guess that's what they're doing. Controlling shareholders announces. Oh, okay. Okay, so you got investor shareholders that are trying to reinvest into that company, and so that's okay news. Now I don't know the mission and the vision of the company, so that's more fundamental analysis. But on the short term, uh, on this short term move, I didn't. It was not of my liking, you know. And the volume right here, not too impressed compared to the average, you know. I would have loved for us to see like a 40 million compared to the average. The average is a little bit too high. Uh, which I don't have much criteria. I just want to see at least double or triple the average. You know, that right there would have made more sense. You know, right now is yes, it is double, but you know, I would have loved to see triple at least, more volume. Um, but yeah, it didn't do what I wanted it to do. Right now, it's not gonna get on the list because it didn't close above the VWAP first of all, and near the highs to try to test the high day. So yeah, this one is not getting on the list. And so let's go ahead and check the other two here. KXIN was the one that I wanted to check later that I was talking about. KXIN, and oh my god, it's terrible. This thing, no activity throughout the whole day. This was probably a buyout right here. Um, Terrible. You see these spaces here, guys? The space between this candle and this other candle. That space, what it means, it had a halt, right? It had a halt between this spaces, and also it had another halt between this space too. When it's too separated like that, that means it had halts. Okay, and as you can see, I mean, you have a bunch of news here of halt volatility halts. You would never want to get caught on a halt, guys. Okay, you'll be lucky one time, but if you get caught in a halt like this, let's say you got in this stock in this price, right? You're up here, you're excited, you know, it went up there on a halt, you know, and now you let's say you want more out of that money because you're either, you know, um trying to get more profit, and guess what? It went against you on the next candle, and you're like, you know, if you're mentally not strong, you might have waited for it to bounce back and try to get your funds back, but it's not doing that. And right here it halted, and you know, right after the halt, it just opened at this price way below the area where you bought it at first, you know. And right there you had a loss, and that's when you get caught right there. You know, that's why you don't want to get caught in halts, because what happened is in a halt is that they stopping the price action for a period of time. It could be for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes or a couple hours, and they investigating the, you know, the why the there was so much volatility on that specific time, you know. And sometimes the stock gets suspended for the entire day to for the SEC to investigate more about the stock. um and so yeah, you never want to get caught on a halt, and so it's always good to learn about halts. And so if you see a stock that is halting a lot, yeah, just don't try to trade it, please. Don't trade it. I won't recommend it, you know. And so it right after it went down, it just died again. You know, it's not doing anything right now. So this one is not gonna be on the list. It just gets disqualified completely. And we buy is the next one. W buy. And so W buy also another stock. Not much activity to the upside. It was below VWAP most of the day. Volume is low at 8 million. It's a little bit higher compared to the average, but it's still low volume. You know, the float is pretty decent, which is good to know. Now the trend didn't do what we wanted it to do. You know, um, that's the resistance level, and this is another which became support. And you can see here, you know, price reacting to it. You know, it had a hard time trying to test the high day right here. on pre-market. It failed, and then it went down here and it bounced one time off this resistance line right here, and it did another test here after afternoon, and it failed again one more time. So, you know, if volume doesn't show up and the price is not showing any life, then it's not good. It won't be good to play. Let's see. Let's see if it had some type of recent news. On the 12th, it says expand second collaboration with CTG, Mice service company. So, you know, it's kind of like a partnership. It's okay news. Now the reaction of it was not good. So yeah, this one is not gonna be on the list, guys. And so yeah, we're pretty much done with the stocks. We only have two. These are the only two that I'm interested in monitoring. And so let's go ahead and start off with the crypto, guys. I know I spent a little bit too much time on the stocks, but I had to like break it down for you guys. We're already 2 hours in. Hopefully, we can finish pretty soon. Crypto. This is the web that I use. I mean, you have any other out there on my Discord. I have so many links attached to different websites that you could use to scan crypto. And so this is the web that I use, and very simple to filter and find your crypto. So if you don't see this screen, hit the title, guys. And right there, you're gonna see filters right here on this tab. Hit it, and then you're gonna see this the screen right here. And so just like I said on my document, right? If you could see the document, guys, um, let me show you guys where the crypto right here. And you see for crypto, you go to CoinMarketCap and you do these steps. And once you get to the filter section, this is the criteria. So market cap, we only want to see 1 million to 10 million market cap. Okay. And so let's go there and show you guys how to do it. So market cap 1 million to 1 million to 10 million. Right. Next thing we want to check on the notes, it says here volume set from 1 million to 100 million. Right. That's to be able to get to see the demand, right, and the supply, and determine whether it's easy to get in and get out the stock. Okay. The crypto in this case. And then the next thing is the percentage change. Since crypto doesn't sleep, it runs 24 hours. Even in the weekend, it runs 24 hours. Some of the holidays, I don't know if they close, but I've seen already some holidays that they do run. So that's a good thing about the crypto, that it never sleeps. And on the documents, it says 10% to 500% on my criteria. Okay. That's what we use. Very simple. You press apply, and now you have some new crypto scan here. And I like to sort the percentage change of 24 hours from high to lowest. Okay. Now these two first crypto, I cannot search it on the trading view because it has a different language, and I don't know how to set that up on the trading view. Okay. I could show you guys preview on how it looks. It had a good run here on this line chart, and right now, as it downtrended, it's not showing me anything that I will be interested right now, since this is the back end of the move. This was the front end of the move. Okay. And so the way I would kind of trade it, I would these are 2 points of contact right here for downtrending resistance, and I would love the price to break off these resistance levels. Okay. That's kind of how I would have traded, and see if there was opportunity there. Not sure if I should track this But that was the problem that I'm showing you guys, that it has like these Asian language, and I can't mark that on my trading view platform. I can't look it up later. That's the problem. And so the same thing with vulgar penguin. Vulgar penguin had a good move. See, it was recent mover, but this is already the back end of the move, guys. I don't like to see back end of the moves. Dorian D Boricua 24, good to see you, dude. I hope your stream and evening is going well. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Thank you for passing by. And so this is everything here of Vulgar Penguin. I'm not sure if I could find it on the trading view. Let's see if I could find it through writing the name. Vulgar wait a minute. Penguin. Penguin. Is it Vulgar Penguin? Oh, we found. Oh no, I thought we found it. Well, it did say the name there, but I don't know what happened there. Oh my God, Vulgar. Dorian D say, of course, glad Hernandez introduced me to you. Oh, for sure, for sure. This is what we do. This is what the community does. Dorian, Bright Gaming. I forgot to say Bright Gaming as well. All of these that are chatting, they have content. A lot of content on streaming. If you guys don't know each other, follow each other, support each other. This is what the community does. We help each other grow, and so we all here do content and help each other out. And whatever you guys need me, in collaborate or whatever you want me to do, I'm here. I mean, we could do podcasts, interviews, whatever. Don't forget to you know hit me up for that. So let's go ahead and start off. Sangwe, I think this is one. Oh, I think it's this one right here. Now this is very. I don't see a lot going on here. So yeah, this is not. I'm not interested in looking at this one. So let's go ahead and check these other ones. Just like I said, my criteria is to see anything above 20%, guys. Anything above 20% is perfect. Also, another thing before we start checking the other crypto, also don't forget to show support to Hernandez 2787 as well. He's another great content creator. He does a lot of good content. He was pretty much the one that gave me the spark to start off my streaming journey, and so that's kind of what I want to make sure everybody shows support over there. Let me see if I could put a link to his channel really quick. Bear with me for a second, guys. Let me see, what can I do here? Okay, I found his stuff here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link down and his name so you guys could know who I'm talking about. Support at Hernandez 2787, and this is his link. So go ahead and show support over there. Hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. Hopefully that goes through. Okay, there we go. So it went through, and that's the link right there. You can either search the name on the searching and everything like that, and you can find them through there. So don't forget to show support over there. He has multiple channels, guys. YouTube, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, Pickaxe, Kick. I mean, he has everything. I have a lot too, but not as much as he does. And so go ahead and show support over there as well. And let's go ahead and continue. Uh, we don't have a lot left. We're almost done, guys. So ARAIAIP. Damn, this is a this name is weird, but it's okay. We'll figure something out. So the trend overall is not great, but for the short term, it looked like it's gonna break out. I think we just saw this a couple days ago. Let's see if I can find it on on the trading view. A area protocol. Area protocol. And so that right there, we found that. Sergeant Wilkie, yeah, he show up again. Appreciate it, man. You know what? I went to sleep on. I went to sleep laughing yesterday because you were saying I'd rather rob a bank. I was thinking about that. I was like, this guy said I'd rather rob a bank. And so I was laughing my ass off. I went to sleep on that yesterday. I appreciate you coming by and showing support. Hey, Sergeant Wilkie also is a content creator, has a great following. I mean, his community is awesome, guys. Don't forget to go over there as well and show support too. Hit the like on his streams, follow him, show support over there as well. And so yeah, guys, we're a community here, very strong. I mean, I love Rumble because it's very focused on growing content creators. And so yeah, don't forget to show support over there at Sergeant Wilkie. And so let's go ahead and continue. We're almost done, guys, for today. So area protocol, we could see here finally on the trading view, we could see this sign right here. The 2-point contacts is around, let me see if I can mark it. This is the high day of yesterday, right? And then we have today's high day. And just like I said, it's almost about to break out. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a great opportunity if it does break out. But right now, as you can see, volume is a little low and compared to the supply, but it's still a very cheap price. And if you could take just a little bit, then that would be great. Great opportunity. But before you trade, guys, you have to take it. You have to learn it. Crypto is a little bit more difficult in terms of buying and selling because you have to swap your cash for the type of coins that this company is available to accept. And so it's a little bit more steps before owning a crypto. And so there's also trading platforms that you put in the amount of coins that you want to buy, but it's a little bit more steps and you have to really learn a little bit more. It's not like Bitcoin where you could it's more easy to acquire through either Cash App or through another. I think I don't know if it's Cash App that the one that yeah, Cash App. You could also buy Bitcoin through Cash App or through crypto.com. There's plenty apps that you could buy it from. I mean, there's so many ways you could buy crypto nowadays, but these are a lot way smaller than the Bitcoin. But they do have opportunity, and so you capitalize off of those opportunity if you know what you're doing. So that would be a good one to check. Area. So I'm just gonna write the name, area protocol. And I'm gonna put today's date because we also have one that we have to I forgot to check over right now. So let me check that really quick. Hey, don't be wild. I'm streaming. I'm streaming here. Great. So it's 3:35 p.m. We're almost done, guys. We've already been 2 hours and 32 minutes. Um, and let's go ahead and put the area ARIAIP, and the name of this company is Area. I have to put the name of the company because it's hard to find here on the trading view. And so has breakout opportunity. Breakout opportunity. And over here we'll put time. At what time we saw this was 1500. 23:35 on the 28th, which is today. I'll put the time because putting all that price is too much, too many zeros I have to put on the list here. Yeah, I got put around 2300, somewhere around there. And I just put 1/28/26 just to be sure that was that date right there. Oh, it's not these 2 points right there. There we go. Okay, so we're done with this one. And before we continue to check more stocks, let's check perp. So perp, hopefully I find this thing. Perpetual protocol. Okay, so today had this downtrend move. I was expecting it to break off, and I forgot to mark the downtrending resistance on this one. Let's see if I can mark it clearly. There we go, somewhere around there. And the high day of yesterday was around this little point right here, and it just had a hard time, guys. It tests a couple times at this open of today, as well as this point right here too, and it failed. So yeah, this one is not gonna be on the list. I'm gonna take it off the list. See, we said it's hovering over VWAP. Will it bounce and test high a day? We will monitor this today as it failed. Oh my god, my writing sucks. Failed to break out and hold highs. It didn't do it, so it's gonna get off the list. And let me put today's date and the time. That was yesterday, and it's 3:38 p.m. I'm very particular, guys, on how I write stuff. So, let's go ahead and go to the next one. So the next one is so this one, you see another one that is Asian words here, very hard to find here on this one. I will show you only a preview on how it looks, but yeah, this one is a back end of the move. This was the front end of the move, so this one is it's gasping for air. It's trying to it's dead. I won't trade that thing. And so the last one is spec right here because it's below. I don't trade anything below 20%. So spec is the next one, which the company's name is Spectral. Okay, so this one had a pretty decent move. It broke off yesterday's highs. I don't know why this one didn't show up on my list. Probably show up a little bit too late. It had a nice breakout here. You could have took advantage here on this confirmation breakout right here. I mean, this candle went all the way to 30%. This move 5, 10, in 15 minutes, if you would have took the whole move, 30%, guys. So that's a good opportunity right there. And so this is 2 points of contact for very short term, guys. It looked like it's hovering around the support level. Not sure if it's gonna bounce. I mean, it had a big drop, guys. That's not good to see. And this is resistance line is too steep. I don't like watching stocks like this. So yeah, this one is not gonna be on the list. But I do have this on record just in case if it does show up on the next scan that we have. So yeah, this one. So we're pretty much done, guys. Yeah, we're pretty much done. Let me close everything and only have this list. So we only have area protocol to look at for stocks, and let me take this date off because we already have a date already. Crypto list. And so I'm gonna add these. I'm gonna add these stocks to my Discord just in case you guys are interested in looking at them or anything. Gonna be on my Discord. Let me add that really quick before I go. Stocks day trading watch list. So paste, and it's already there. And then for the crypto, I'm gonna go ahead and add that area protocol one. So I add it, and yeah, so it's good. It's already in my Discord. So I mean, you guys are free to go in there and check it out. You know, it's not obligated to join. You could go in there and just grab what you need. Um, I appreciate you guys showing support and coming to my channel and the stream and everything. Um, Remember, don't forget to show support to all the content creators that I mentioned that that came over here and show support as well. Very good content that they have. And so, yeah, this is pretty much it, man. Everything that I said in this couple hours, in these 2 hours and a half, very valuable content. Especially for those that are learning how to trade stocks, guys. Me, I took the long route when I started. I mean, it took me 10 plus years, guys, to really get this, and now I'm trying to break it down for you guys so you guys can get it easily. You guys don't have to spend a lot of years trying to learn this. This could like short your learning curves a little bit better. And so this is pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys loved it. Loved the. I mean, we already have. I see here 6 likes. We're already way above the goal, so I'm very happy, guys. We're at 118 followers. I mean, this channel is growing very fast. I was not expecting it to grow this fast in this short amount of time. So I'm truly happy. I'm truly appreciative of you guys. Don't forget on the 31st, I think it is, the last day of the month, I'm gonna mention every follower for this month that followed me this month as an appreciation, guys. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys, it could. In these next 2 days, I'm gonna come up with a way where I'm gonna go ahead and put your guys' names on these rolling things or something, some where you could like mix the names, and whoever comes up, whatever, then that person is gonna win either a giveaway that I'm doing, or you know money or whatever. I'll come up with something. I have to plan that out today or tomorrow because I want to have that set for you guys on the 31st. So just pay attention. That's gonna be as an appreciation. And so I appreciate you guys showing support over here and hitting the like, and for some of you guys following me too as well. Tomorrow is Thursday, guys. So tomorrow, guess what we have? More stocks. Tomorrow we have more stocks, and we have about the same thing, guys. It's the same thing. I teach you guys how to find them. I give you guys advice on well, it's not financial advice, guys. It's educational stuff. Just so you guys don't forget exactly what I'm saying. But it's like kind of showing you, guiding you on how these stocks work, and how to make your life easier, so you guys don't have to go through what I went through. So I hope you guys have a good afternoon or good night for you guys, and I'll see you guys on Thursday, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow, guys. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Enjoy your day. And I don't know how many viewers we have right now on count, because if we have something, then I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys. Yes, I'm gonna have like six viewers here, 8 viewers on Rumble. So I'm gonna go ahead and send you guys to someone that uh I'm gonna raid somebody really quick. Who we can raid right now? Hmm. Oh, Sergeant Wilkie is on today, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna show support over there in Sergeant Wilkie's channel. So let's go ahead and raid really quick. So don't forget to show support over there. Hit the like and follow and comment on his chat and everything. So let's go ahead and put the link. I always forget how to write it down, but I think I got it this time. So hopefully that works. Okay, it did work. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good night or good afternoon. All right, guys.